Coming back again to the second part on ascending triangles, and while on the previous part we looked at how an ascending triangle looks, the textbook material on fairbinaryoptions.com here. On this part we would like to show you what to look for after such a pattern is happening. Well, after we identify the 5 waves of the contracting of the ascending triangle, which in a way it is a contracting triangle, then what to look for next? Well, we should look at the rules of a triangle to be respected, and one of them is that at least 3 waves need to retrace more than 50% when compared with the previous wave, and the fact that the B to D trend line should be broken, this one, in less than the time taken for the E wave to form. This should be respected regardless of the triangle you are looking for, but this should be valid on an ascending triangle as well. Then of course we should look at the thrust of a triangle, and this is the so-called measure move. This is an ascending triangle, but the thrust of the triangle calls for 75% of the longest wave of the triangle to be projected to the upside by the moment that the E wave here ends, and that would be the measure move. So the logical thing to do, and the normal thing to do, is to take a Fibonacci retracement from here to here, to look for 75% retracement. So something like 75 will be something like this. Then let's make it a bit different so that we can actually see it. And this one should be placed by the moment the E wave ends, and that would be the measured move of the ascending triangle. You might say, okay, so what? Well, it is important in choosing the expiration date, because you already know by the moment of time you have A, B, C, so you see this series of higher lows. You should already be aware that an ascending triangle is about to break higher, and you can choose your expiration date. Now if this ascending triangle is on the 4-hour chart like it is here, or it might be on the 1-hour chart, or it might be on the 5-minute chart, or on the daily chart, you can choose the expiration date. As you can see here, buying here call options, or buying here call options, or buying here call options will be, let's say, on the safer side by choosing as long as possible an expiration date. From here to here it gives 36 4-hour candles. Now you multiply 36 by 4, and then you see that you have something like more than 120, 130 hours. That means divided by 24, you'll have the numbers of days where you should place your expiration date. This is just another thing to consider. The thrust of a contracting triangle, or the measure move, will be 75% of the longest wave. So depending on the place the triangle is forming, the thrust can be an impulsive move or a corrective move as well, but the distance should be the same. So if this is a 4th wave type, as it might be the 3rd wave to end here, a 4th wave here, and the 5th, then the thrust should be looked at a possible impulsive move. But it could have been that this is the end of a 4th wave out of a rising wedge, for example, and then the thrust would have been corrective. Because an ascending triangle implies price to move to the upside after the triangle is broken, we should consider, of course, buying call options after the B to D is broken. Now, for the more aggressive ones, I would recommend also trying to buy, but only on the series of higher lows, and after the trend lines of a lower degree should be broken. To be on a safe side, wait for the B to D trend line to be broken, and then buy call options with expiration date being given by the measured move that comes from the thrust of a contracting triangle, of the ascending triangle, 75% based on the longest wave, in this case wave A. This analysis and these recordings are to be presented for our Binary Options Academy project on fairbinaryoptions.com, and also they are to be posted on the official YouTube channel on fairbinaryoptions.com. So please feel free to watch them. Any questions, please write them on the comments on YouTube, and I will be glad to answer them. Again, thank you very much for being here. This is fairbinaryoptions.com, and all these projects, analyses, recommendations are possible due to the help of our sponsor, Ionine. Bye bye.